can.
And the screen is powered by you. So if you don't go fast enough, it won't turn on. But I can keep time on my watch, so don't worry about it. There you go. We'll try and go for a few minutes, but you can stop and take a break when you need to. Are you tired already? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. See if you can keep it.
Welcome to another episode of Connected Dots. I am your host, Lou Icewater, aka Duquan Hicks. And today we're going to talk about when to let go, knowing when to let go. And the reason why I came up with this is because as you get older, you start thinking about things in life and you say to yourself, man, and this is just not just with age, this is a whole bunch of things. And I'll give you many examples. Let's start with this. Now, I used to dye my hair and my beard all the time. Not all the time, for like maybe 3 or 4 years. I used to dye both of them and they used to have straight, sharp blackness to it. But then I stopped dyeing my hair 4 years ago. And now I just dye my beard. Now it's to the point where I still dye my beard, but every now and then I like to show my grays. I'm learning how to embrace my age. So people ask me, when did you know when it was time for you to stop dying? Well, I look at this maintenance. First of all, it's a lot of maintenance to keep your hair cut right, to keep it shaped up. And not only that, to keep it dyed. It's a lot of maintenance. And sometimes that maintenance can be a pain in the butt. So I said to myself, you know what? It's time to let it go. Let's show you who I am. Let's show you how old I am. So that's where that came about. Another thing, what I'm saying, and letting go. I had a hard time with, you know, direct deposit. I know a lot of people probably saying, what are you talking about? I didn't like direct deposit at first. I was a type of dude that always liked to cash my check. I wanted the money in my hand, like right now, right this minute. I was all about having that money in my hand. I hated direct deposit. I was all about, I want my money in my hand. I want to see my money. I want it in my hand. And then one day that changed everything. This is when I knew I had to let it go. I was getting ready to go out of town, but I couldn't go because I had to wait to get my check. And I had to wait to 2 o'clock to get my check. That's what even made it worse. So instead of me leaving early in the morning, I had to leave late in the afternoon. And that's when I figured out, you know what? Direct deposit. And that was the best move that you can make. See, with a lot of us, we don't never know when it's time to let go. We still try to hang on to certain things, certain songs, certain clothes, certain vibes, and certain things that we do. But there comes a time in your life where you got to let it go. For example, you might have a shirt in your closet for 20 years, 15 years, but it's starting to deteriorate, it's starting to get a little holy. The color don't look right. And you be like, damn, people telling you, you need to throw it away. You need to throw it away. But you realize that, nah, this shirt has a lot of meaning to you. And you know what I'm saying? And people don't recognize. And then you realize that, you know what? It's time to throw the thing in the garbage. So I'm asking you, America, when is it time for you to do something and let you know that, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'll give you another example. Going to the club. Now I used to go to the club a lot because number one, my brother DJs. Number two, all the people I hang around with DJs. So we always had parties to go to. And plus, I used to DJ back in the day. So we used to go to clubs all the time. So now when you get to your 40s and into your 50s and you go and you hear music, it don't sound the same anymore to you. It sounds like, damn, why am I here? It kept being like, why am I here? Start looking at people strange, like they Martians coming off the UFO. It just didn't feel right to me anymore. It's like, damn, why am I here? Why am I at the club? Why am I here? And that's what it started becoming. So I stopped going to the clubs. The only time you might see me at a club is if my brother comes into town and I have to, and I want to see him just to see him. Other than that, I don't do clubs like that. That's when you know it's time to let go. Same thing with the hip hop. You have a lot of people saying, you too old to be doing hip hop. You too old to be wearing your clothes like that. I always tell them this, shut up. But anyway, you have to understand when you are born from the cloth and you've seen how the cloth has become, you will always be embedded. The only thing about that is that there's certain things that you start to limitate yourself. And that's what I started seeing myself. I started limiting myself to certain things of hip hop. You know what I mean? But that's when you know you have to let it go. You hear the music changing, you be like, this ain't for me. Now everybody's making a strong comeback. So now it is for me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy how life and how God tells you that, yo, stay with this. And God will tell you, you know what? It's time for you to let it go. It's your season. I'll give you another example. Basketball. Now, I used to be on the court all day long in New York City and Queens. Everybody in Colden Street and Flushing knew, yo, that's what we did. Hoop, hip hop, hoop, hip hop. Move to Spring Valley, hoop, hip hop, hoop, hip hop. Yo, I played this young guy, you know what I mean, maybe 5 years ago, and he retired me. He beat me. I scored the first, I think, 2 points, and I got beat badly to where, they gave me a diploma saying nice try. That's when I knew it was time to put the ball down. When I challenged the young dude and he beat me badly, he beat me badly. And I'm not ashamed to say it. That's when I knew it was time to let it go. You know what I mean? You might have a car that you like for 13, 14 years, then he start breaking down on you. Can't start the car. You keep going through all this stuff, you start spending money. Then you have to say, you know what? I gotta let it go. Same thing if you're in a relationship. You might be with a man or you might be with a girl and everything is cool. Until that person hits you, you already know that the relationship has changed completely when that happens. So that's when you know you gotta let it go. It's just crazy. It's just like you have friends and yeah, they ask you for money and you loan it to them. And then they're supposed to pay you back. You're not supposed to be looking for them. They're supposed to be looking for you. You know what I'm saying? And they don't pay you back. And you be like, damn, 1 month, 2 month, all these things passing by. Then you looking for them. Then they dodging you. That's when you know you got to let your friendship go. You have to know when to let it go. It's kind of hard for some people, but for me, it's not hard anymore. It's like I see something. If it ain't the same, if it doesn't have that same feeling, I got to let it go and think about the consequences later, good or bad. But we have to know when to let it go. We have to know when to let it go. Same thing with sports. Same things with your job. You know what I'm saying? If you asking for raises and they ain't giving you what you want, why are you still there? Do something about it and get up out of there. You got to know when to let it go. You know what I'm saying? You have to know when to let it go. So America, put in your comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about knowing where to let it go. Have you had any of these experiences that I pointed out? Word. Because you have to know when to let it go. And now I'm going to change subjects. We're going to talk about hip hop for a minute. If you haven't heard the new Slick Rick album, Victory, yo, you're missing a classic. This album is bananas. Yo, Slick, yo, I'm very proud of you. This album is bananas. Bananas. Slick, yo, come on now. Come on. Yo, you have to check this album out. Also, don't forget, on the 20th, Ghostface Supreme Clientele Part 2 dropping. So check that out. That's going to be bananas. But you know what I mean? So right now, what I heard this year right now, in my opinion, Slick Rick has the best album I heard right now. I got to check out the Clips album. I like their first single. But right now, Slick Rick is on top in my lead of albums right now. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's crazy, right? Crazy. That's how hip hop is. You know what I mean? Hip hop always reinvents itself. That's why I am a fan, and I will always be a part of hip hop. That's why we connect these dots. So now I want to talk about my mom. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Renee Hicks. Now, today is your birthday, June 20th. You know what I'm saying? You was born June 20th, 1951. You was born in the Bronx. And I will never forget the struggle, the hardships, the pain, the crying, the sacrifices, everything you have done for us, Mom. Well, I should say up top, Mommy. You know what I'm saying? We call her Mommy. So I just want everybody to know, man, that I love my mom. I still love her. She's been dead for 6 years. I still have mad love for my mommy, no matter what. And today is her birthday, and it still hurts. I still feel the pain, but I still love my mom. You know what I mean? And I just want to say happy birthday, mommy, up there and above. I know you're looking at us. I know you're looking at me and Michael, and we still looking at you. And we're gonna always rep your name. We're always gonna keep you. You know what I'm saying? You always gonna be a big part of us, mommy, because we are Renee's sons. Okay? So happy birthday. You would have been 74 years old today, Mom. You'd have been 74. So I hope you and Auntie Pat are having great times up there. We'll be up there, but not right now. You know, we still have some more work to do down here on Earth. But until then, I love you, Mom. Happy birthday. God bless. And like I said, your legacy will always continue through us because that's what we do. We will always love you, Mom. Always, always still miss you. Love you, Miss Renee Hicks. Mwah. Yes, I had to do that, America. That's what we do. When you love your mom and you love your family, you make sure you recognize, you represent them. No matter if they living or they dead, you still represent your family. And I'm gonna always represent Miss Renee Hicks because that's my mommy. Word life. All right. So last but not least, I hope all the fathers had a great Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? And I hope y'all enjoyed the DJ Ferg mix. And also, like I said before, we got a special going on that we starting. If you buy any merch, LHJR merch, or any Connected Dots merch, you will get a free USB cable with 10 official blends by DJ Ferg on it. So you're getting free music with any purchase of Connected Dots or LHJR apparel. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got going on. So follow the movement. Like I said, this movement is strong. It's getting bigger and bigger. This Connected Dots is affiliated with LHJR. They both under my tutelage. As I say, they both under my tutelage. And I just want everybody to know, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. I want to thank God, the creator, because without him, none of this is possible. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for everything you've done. And also, I want to thank everybody for checking in because, like I said, you never know from week to week what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to talk about, or if it's going to be a mix, it's going to be a blend, it's going to be a guest. You never know. Always check in. Also, check the channel and check out any other episodes that you might have missed because I talked about a lot of things on this Connected Dots journey. All right. So again, like I said before, one life, one love, one Lou. And again, mommy, happy birthday to you. Michael and Louie forever love you. Peace.